Have you ever felt a deep, unshakable pull towards something you can't quite explain? A yearning for truth so strong that you'd be willing to leave everything behind to find it? Today we're diving into an incredible, true story of one man who did just that. His name was Salman, and his journey for truth would span continents, decades, and empires. This isn't just a historical account. It's a story about the human spirit's relentless quest for meaning. Our story begins in a prosperous village in Persia, in what is now modern-day Iran. Salman was the son of the village chief, destined for a life of privilege and comfort. His father adored him, so much so that he kept him confined to their home, fearing the outside world might corrupt him. Salman was raised in the Zoroastrian faith, the religion of his ancestors. He was so devout that he was appointed the guardian of the sacred fire, a position of great honor. His life was set. He would inherit his father's status and live a comfortable, predictable life. But deep within Salman, a seed of doubt had been planted. He felt a spiritual emptiness that the rituals and traditions couldn't fill. He wondered, is this all there is? Is this the ultimate truth? One day, his father sent him on an errand to manage one of their family estates. On the way, Salman passed by a Christian church. He had never seen one before. Curiosity got the better of him, and he stepped inside. He was captivated by what he saw and heard. The way they prayed, their devotion, their concept of a single, all-powerful God resonated with something deep inside him. He spent the entire day there, completely forgetting his father's errand. When he returned home late that night, his father was furious. Salman explained where he had been and declared that he found their religion to be better than his own. This was a shocking rebellion. His father, terrified of losing his son to this new faith, chained him and locked him in the house. But you can't chain a spirit that yearns to be free. Salman managed to get a message to the Christians he had met. He asked them, where is the origin of this religion? They told him it was in Syria. He begged them to let him know when the next caravan was heading there. The opportunity came, and with their help, Salman broke his chains, escaped his home, and joined the caravan. Leaving behind his family, his wealth, and his entire world, had nothing but the clothes on his back and a burning desire for truth. Arriving in Syria, Salman sought out the leading Christian bishop, a man known for his knowledge and piety. He told the bishop his story and his desire to learn. The bishop accepted him, and Salman began his service, dedicating himself to prayer and study. But his first taste of the real world was a bitter one. He discovered that this bishop, a man who preached charity and sacrifice, was secretly hoarding the gold and silver donated by the faithful for the poor. When the bishop died, Salman exposed his hypocrisy to the townspeople, showing them the hidden treasure. They were outraged and refused to give the corrupt bishop a proper burial. Salman's journey wasn't over. The new bishop who replaced the corrupt one was a true man of God, and devout and dedicated to the hereafter. Salman loved and served him faithfully until the bishop's dying day. Before he passed, Salman asked him, "To whom do you recommend I go now?" The dying bishop directed him to another righteous man in Mosul, in modern-day Iraq. And so, the journey continued. From Mosul, he was sent to another scholar in Nasibin, and from there, to another in Emiria. Each time, Salman would find a righteous teacher, serve him, and learn everything he could. Only for that teacher to eventually pass away, sending him onward with a new name and a new destination. It was like a spiritual nomad, always moving, always searching. His last teacher, on his deathbed in Emiria, gave him a piece of astonishing news. He told Salman, "My son, I do not know of anyone left who follows our way of life. However, the time is near for the emergence of a new prophet. He will appear in the land of the Arabs, in a city of date palms. He will have distinct signs. He will not eat from charity, but he will accept a gift. And between his shoulders, you will see the seal of prophethood." This was the final clue, the ultimate destination in his decades-long quest. The man waited for a caravan of Arab merchants heading towards the land described. He found one and made a deal. He would give them his only remaining possessions, a few cows and sheep he had earned, in exchange for passage to the Arabian Peninsula. The deal was struck, but on the way, the merchants betrayed him. They sold him into slavery. A seeker of divine truth was now a slave, his freedom stolen. He was passed from one master to another until he ended up in a place called Yathrib, a city filled with date palms. His heart leaped. This was the city his teacher had described. As a slave, Salman's days were filled with hard labor, but his spirit remained focused on his goal. He would climb the palm trees, and while working, he would scan the horizon, listening for any news of a man claiming to be a prophet. Then, one day the news arrived. His master was talking with a cousin who had just come from Makkah, speaking of a man named Muhammad who had arrived in a nearby area called Kuba. They said he claimed to be a prophet and that people were flocking to him. Salman felt a jolt run through him. He nearly fell out of the palm tree he was working in. Could this be him? That evening, Salman gathered some dates he had saved. He went to Kuba and found the Prophet Muhammad surrounded by his companions. Approaching him, Salman said, "I have heard that you are a righteous man and that you have companions with you who are in need. I have brought this as charity." The Prophet took the dates and shared them with his companions, but he himself did not eat any. Salman thought to himself, "This is the first sign." A few days later he returned, this time bringing more dates. He presented them to the Prophet, saying, "I saw that you did not eat from the charity, so this is a gift for you." This time, the Prophet accepted the dates and ate from them. "This is the second sign," Salman noted silently. He now needed to see the final sign, the seal of prophethood between his shoulders. He began following the Prophet, hoping for a chance to see his back. The Prophet, with his profound wisdom, sensed what Salman was looking for. During a funeral procession, the Prophet noticed Salman trying to position himself behind him. Understanding his quest, the Prophet let his cloak slip from his shoulders. And there it was, exactly as his Christian teacher had described it, the seal of prophethood. Salman was overwhelmed, fell at the Prophet's feet, weeping and kissing the seal. The Prophet asked him to share his story. In front of all the companions, Salman recounted his incredible journey from the son of a Persian chief to a Christian seeker, from a free man to a slave, a journey that had taken him across the known world in search of this very moment. The companions were amazed by his tale of perseverance and faith. Salman's quest for truth was finally over, but his story as a Muslim had just begun. The Prophet and his companions pooled their resources to buy Salman's freedom. From that day on, Salman the Persian became an integral part of the early Muslim community. He was no longer a stranger, but a beloved member of the Prophet's own household. He went on to become a great scholar, a military strategist, and a governor, known for his wisdom, piety, and humility. His story is a powerful reminder that the path to truth is often long and filled with immense challenges. It requires courage, patience, and an unwavering commitment to follow the light no matter where it leads. Salman left behind a life of comfort and certainty for a life of struggle and uncertainty, all for the sake of a truth his soul yearned for. His journey teaches us that no obstacle, not family, not distance, not even slavery, can stand in the way of a sincere, heart-seeking guidance. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey today. If Salman's story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of faith and perseverance. Let us know in the comments what part of his journey resonated with you the most. Till next time, stay curious and keep seeking.